Good evening, everyone. I hope everybody is having somewhat of a good day. I understand that there's a lot going on online, so really don't have any comments on any of that stuff. I do hope y'all find a path and a better place to go. Is what it so. All right. So today we're going to discuss Underlight, City of Dreams, Golah's Adventure, book one of several books. Hello, Dodie. How are you? How are you? Uh, let's see here. Book is available at this location here. I'll pick that to the top. There we go. All right. Underlight City of Dreams. So before I start talking about the book, let me talk a little bit about. I am doing great. Thank you, Dodie. Underlight is a game that's free to play. It's about almost 30 years old. It started back in it started before M Player technically. If you are into the whole beta testing and all that stuff, but then it premiered on M Player. For those who don't know, M Player used to be this really big platform where you could go to play community-based games like poker, acrophobia, just interesting place. And Underlight was in there. And I don't know if it was Brett that ran around or Terry that ran around or one of their marketing people or one of their coders, but somebody ran around the different game rooms and would drop this link for Underlight. And back then, Underlight was not free. You had 30 days free, and then it was like it was either $2.99 or $4.99 a month, something like that. And you could buy a lifetime membership for like $2.99. Anyways, so it was pretty fun. It was an interesting game. Hello, Irish Jesse. How are you? It was an interesting game, but for me, I was a young 18, 19-year-old. It was, for me, it was an escape. I was still very fresh on a lot of the abuse that I had overcome, emancipating myself, coming out of group homes and things like that. And I found the game very much by mistake. Like I said, I was playing other games. So I tried out Underlight. I went in there. I tried as a Soul Master. And I was a punk. So a lot of the pathways were pretty much closed to me because I was not a good player, as it were. Made a lot of enemies. People didn't like me, blah, blah, blah. So then about 2 months gone by, and then I came back as a gatekeeper. And I called my name Golah. And Golah comes from Grundy Golem, from a Piers Anthony series called Xanth, Xanth. And Xanth was a book based on magical realm and then a mundane world. And if you listen to the kind of the parallels between Piers Anthony's Xanth series and Underlight, you'll understand why I started to really get interested in the game. So in Xanth, there's a magical world where magic and mysteries take place. And then you cross this parallel and you enter into the mundane world. The mundane world would be our world. Cities, electricity, jobs, traffic, things like that. Well, Underlight is a lot like that, with the exception of both your shard and your dream world are both part of the role play. So your shard is a made up place that your character wakes to, also known as Cloudsbreak. And the dream world is Underlight, where pretty much if you can imagine it and you can role play it, it may or may not happen. And that really fascinated me. Like, I could be powerful here. I could be outspoken here. I could be a hero here. So I started to develop Golah's character. Now, prior to Golah's character, I had done some investigation into the game. What other characters were there? What were the storylines currently going on? And there was this big thing about nightmares. Nightmares are the monsters, so to speak, that travel the world, and they come in various forms and strengths and intelligence. The dark mares they have minds like human, or like a waking person. They're able to talk, they're able to move and communicate and use powers just like dreamers. And I was fascinated by the different fractions, the 8 houses, the free spirits, the city guard, and the various cliques. And each one of them had some sort of a different idea of what the nightmares were. Some thought nightmares were twisted souls of dreamers that either couldn't make it to the dream as a player, as an avatar, or they were defeated souls from the art of Dream Strike. Dream Strike was an art that could legitimately kill another dreamer, or darkmare for that matter. And others still felt like they were intelligent. Some felt they weren't intelligent. Some felt they had something to give to the city. Some felt they didn't give to the city. Some thought they should be banished. Some thought they should be cleansed. Some thought they should be tormented, studied, experimented on, etc. That created a lot of different role plays. Golah's role play was that Golah was half mare, half dreamer, the product of a mare that had formed a bond and a relationship with a dreamer, and in such birthed Golah. And that's where Golah's story starts. When Golah first started dreaming, Golah very much knew Marin, which is the language that mares speak. Actually, I knew it quite well. Eventually, Golah was found by parents and adopted dreamers. Pixar was one of them. Dexter, guard dog, ladybug. Different families, different fractions would take responsibility for Golah and help mold him. Now, if you look at this here, this is the actual book. There we go. This is the actual book. Underlight City of Dreams, Golah's Adventure, and Will You Dare to Dream? And we're going to be reading a little bit on this book. First, I want to show you guys an ad. Now, you may see this ad playing primetime Paramount streaming network during various shows like Cops, Tracker, Matlock, things like that. So without further ado, this is the commercial. Please enjoy.
Step into a realm where dreams shape reality and nightmares lurk in shadows. Welcome to Underlight, where seekers of truth navigate a city built on imagination and belief. Follow Golah's journey through factions of order and chaos, where every choice echoes through the fabric of existence itself. Perfect for fans of The Matrix and Ready Player One. Begin your journey into the City of Dreams at AngeloStevensTheAuthor.com.
All right, so that is the commercial that is airing on Paramount Plus. And anyways, here we go. So first, I'm going to read the dedication. Underlight has survived all these years because of a lot of dedicated players and dedicated creators. So first and foremost, Brett, Terry, Timber, Grodak, Pixar, Gumby, Golah, Guard Dog, Ravage One, Gaskell, Ironies, all the current players, and to our past players who have passed on that we've lost. Phil Mortar, Purple Ace, Lady Silver, I think is one. Tamarisk. Some of the elders, which are GMs. Thank you so much to all of you for creating this world, keeping this world alive. It takes a lot of time and dedication to keep a free game online for a handful of nostalgic people that love just being here. The other thing I want to talk about Underlight, the game, and then we'll get into the book. The game is not a pay-to-win game. It's very important to understand that. This is definitely, if you are a role player, this is the game for you. Role-playing is the key core component of what makes Underlight different than any other MMORPG. Another big caveat is that you have to interact with other players in order to ascend your character, to expand your roleplay, and to increase your power. You can't just power level into the dominant levels of the game. You do have to interact with other players. And they're called teachers. And they have halos on their heads. And each one denotes a different focus. And the size of the halo denotes their mastery of the teaching. Gold is Gatekeeper. Azure is Dreamseer. Jade is Soulmaster. And Fire, or Pink, is Fate Sender. Those focuses are the primary focuses in Underlight. Over the years, players have learned how to become multi-focused. Okay, so they can be both a Gatekeeper and a Dreamseer, or a Dreamseer and a Fate Sender, or a Fate Sender and a Soulmaster, Soulmaster and a Dreamseer, Soulmaster and a Gatekeeper, etc., and so on. We've also sped up the rate at which new players can gain levels so that they can become more intricate and more involved in some of the more sophisticated and dangerous role plays. And those are called Oracle gifts. And you still have to kind of gain some knowledge, but the gift can be given to you without a quest. Okay? In order for you to gain power in Underlight, you have to go to a teacher, seek a quest, perform and complete the quest, and then report the quest back to the teacher. At that time, if the teacher is satisfied with your work, they will then evoke a power called Train that allows you to either A, learn the power, or B, increase the power. Okay? Now, onto the book. This is book 1. Book 2 is nearly complete. Book 2 is called Underlight and the Dreamstrike Wars. And it's important that we discuss Dreamstrike because it's had a prolific journey throughout the 30 years that Underlight's been around. This book is dedicated to the tireless dreamers, the unwavering believers, and the courageous souls who dare to face the shadows, to those who find strength in the face of adversity, who seek unity amidst conflict, and who hold on to hope even when the darkness seems insurmountable. This tale is woven for you. It is a dedication to the architects of imagination, the weavers of worlds, and the storytellers who dare to shape narratives that delve into the depths of human experience. The intricate tapestry of Underlight with its interwoven threads of dreams and reality, its clashing fractions and unwavering hope, reflects the complexity and beauty of the human spirit. The characters who populate its streets, from the stoic gatekeepers to the free-spirited free souls, embody the spectrum of human potential, demonstrating the strength found in unity and the courage needed to face the unknown. This dedication extends to the readers and the silent partners in the creative process, whose imaginations will breathe life into these words and transform them into a shared experience. Your engagement with the narrative, your exploration of the themes, and your connection to the characters will be the ultimate validation of this creative endeavor. It is your participation that will bring Underlight into life and transform the inked words on a page into a vibrant, breathing world. Finally, this book is dedicated to the relentless pursuit of storytelling and the never-ending quest to craft narratives that resonate deeply with the reader. The world building, the character development, and the intricate plot are all testimonies to this passion. It is a dedication to the power of words to transport and to transform and to leave an indelible mark on the imagination. May this book be a testament to the enduring power of dreams and the courage it takes to pursue them, to protect them, and to build a better world from their fragments. May it be a beacon of hope in the darkest of times, reminding us that even in the face of overwhelming odds, the human spirit can not only survive, but can triumph. So, that's an important opening because Underlight is created through the stories of the players. So, when you're writing a book from a player perspective, to be in character from that player's perspective, from the character, aka speaking as Golah versus Angelo, the controller of Golah, and putting that into an art, it gives you a reasonable character to mold the story because the story is written by the perceiver, me. I perceived it. So therefore, it's my story. But if somebody else experienced the same exact timeline as I did, their story may be very different than mine because their perspective is going to be different. And that's where the woven timelines come in. Acknowledgements. Bringing Underlight City of Dreams to life has been a journey fueled by passion, imagination, and the incredible people who have shaped the world of Underlight. First and foremost, I extend my deepest gratitude to Wishbringer, Brian, who has been a guiding force and whose dedication and creativity have left an everlasting mark on this universe. To Cricket, Cryptic, Purple Lace, Ladybug, Filmora, Lady Silver, Ravage One, and Guard Dog, your contributions, stories, and unwavering support have helped forge the dreamscape that continues to inspire so many. To the past and present players of Underlight, you are the heart and soul of this world. Your adventures, friendships, shared experiences have woven a rich tapestry that transcends time. This book is a tribute to your journeys, your struggles, and the legends you have built within the City of Dreams. Underlight is more than just a game. It is a community, a legacy, and a place where dreams take flight. Thank you all for being part of it. Dream well, dreamers. You don't play. You don't have to play to read, and you don't have to read to play. We're going to read a couple of pages from Chapter 1. Chapter 1 is called The Awakening of Underlight. So this is about a year into my character. The chill wind carrying the scent of a rain-soaked cobblestone and the faint ethereal perfume of dream-spun blossoms whipped at Golah's cloak as he stepped out into the twilight. Cloaks Let me tell you guys something. Cloaks are a big thing in Underlight. Cloaks, wings, horns, sharp teeth, claws, because it's a role-playing game. So it's whatever your imagination can create. And for the most part, if your imagination can create it and you can role-play it, you can make it a real thing. Underlight, the city, was woven from dreams and hummed with a low, resonant thumb that vibrated beneath his feet. Tonight, for the first time, he walked the outer wards alone, his heart a steady drum against his ribs. It beat a rhythm of both apprehension and exhilaration. At 17 cycles, he was the youngest gatekeeper to be granted solo patrol, a testament to his unwavering willpower and the very essence of his power. So, Underlight, as I told you before, its primary focus is four primary focuses. Gatekeepers. Think of a gatekeeper like a tank in most other games. They can take a lot of damage and have a lot of protective arts. They can also, in Underlight, gatekeepers can lock portals. They can unlock portals. They can shake rooms. In these days, some of the arts that I have today for Golah did not exist yet. They were role-played by players like myself to become arts. Arts like Reflect, Bulwark, Sprint thing, Chaos Well, Soul Shield. Those are all relatively newer arts that weren't around almost 30 years ago. Ward was around. Ward was an art gatekeepers could use to lock a portal. Amulet would allow people to pass that ward. Shatter would allow a gatekeeper to remove a ward. The patrol route took him past the whispering willows that lined the Whisperwind Canal, with branches swaying in a perpetual dreamlike dance. The canal itself shimmered with an opalescent light, reflecting the multifaceted gems embedded in the city's architecture. Each building, a testament to the artistry of the long-dead dream rites, pulsed with subtle inner luminescence, and a testament to the dream's enduring influence. He passed the obsidian tower, stark silhouette piercing the twilight sky, a stark contrast to the kaleidoscope hues of the surrounding structures. The tower was a symbol of the illuminated vanguard's authority, and it was a constant reminder of the delicate balance or imbalance that governed Underlight. So, Underlight had a lot of turmoil back then. I mean, the slightest disagreement created week-long wars between houses or fractions. And free spirits, such as Golah was, were not immune to this. You would get sucked into a war, even if you didn't want to choose a side. Like if you just wanted them to just do their thing. Sometimes you got sucked into it, and if you were dropping off essences at one house and shields at another house, you could be considered as siding with one of them, and you'd be hunted. And back then, they had a KOS list, COS, which is collapse on sight. No talking, no. Hey, how you doing? No, they just collapse you. Now, during these times, the art of Dream Strike wasn't around yet. So getting collapsed was just a matter of losing some experience and maybe an orbit or two. Depending on how close you were to your orbit or how close you were to your spear, which is the 10th orbit of each art, each level. So like 0 through 9 is called an orbit. 10 is called a spear. 11 through 19 is orbits. 20 would be your spear, also known as first spear, second spear, all the way up to 9th spear and orbit 99, which is currently, that I'm aware of, still the highest level you can obtain in the city. Back then, you were single focus. Couldn't learn another focus. So what gatekeepers can learn, soul masters couldn't. What soul masters could learn as a major, by the way, a major art, gatekeepers couldn't learn. Now, you can learn some of their minors, like free will, resist fear, protection. Um, but, and that's for gatekeepers. For soul masters, you could learn those arts. For gatekeepers, you can learn restore or it's another. Was repair shield, things like that, and they would change over the decades to today, where you can learn another focus as part of a quest. Tonight, however, the city felt different. A subtle discordance, a tremor, and the usually harmonious rhythm of Underlight prickled at his senses. It was not a tangible threat, not yet at least, but a disquieting unease, a sense of things being slightly off. The unusual comforting hum of the dream weaving and the intricate tapestry of the interconnected dreams that formed the very fabric of Underlight felt frayed at the edges. It was as if someone had tugged on a single thread, causing a ripple that spread outward, disturbing the delicate balance. So we're going to pause there, and that will end today's first intro of discussing Underlight. So the Underlight, the City of Dreams, in character perspective, we see it as a fabric, a tapestry that is woven by the dream rites. Dream rites, dream elders, Lyrans, Lyra, elders, the agents, whatever you guys want to call them. Golah always saw them as the enemy, because they withheld power from the dreamers. Now, dream rites, elders, they could have every single art in the game, every single color halo, every single crest to a house. They were everything and everywhere. Now, they weren't always involved in houses or arts, or even in the discontainment of what was going on in the game. Some of them served specific functions. They were janitors. They were teachers, strictly teaching. They didn't care if you were good or bad. They taught based on, you did the quest, here's your art. And then some of them had role plays, goals, things that they wanted to accomplish, whether it was to take down the dream, take down a house, take over a house, command the nightmares, kill the nightmares, raise an army, kill an army. And the book goes over that as we go deeper into the book. It goes over one specific elder that was a bad omen for Underlight. And Golah's mission to stop the person at all costs. It wasn't easy. Most of it is ad-libbed. One of the freedoms of a role-playing game is it's my role play. Therefore, it's my story. Now, those that participated in this with me, it's their role play, it's theirs. So their story could be very different. They could paint themselves to be the hero and me the villain, but because it's their story. And that's one of the great things about Underlight, is that the role play may be very different from another person who is interacting in the same role play. And I love that about this game. Now, here we are 30 years later. First book is out. Second book is almost done. And Underlight is now free to play and is still online. And you can find Underlight online at underlight.com. Download, create your character, create your name, choose your focus, get into the game, and join us in the City of Dreams, where dreams can become reality and reality can be a dream. Thank you so much, everybody, for attending. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you have a great night. And I hope you check out the book, Underlight, City of Dreams, Golah's Adventure. Let me know if you see my commercial airing on Paramount and where you saw it. And have yourself a great day.